Honourable Kyle McGinn.
Acting President. I rise to my feet today to follow on from the Honourable Stephen Dawson and putting some facts into the debate today that I think are important. I am glad, though, Acting President, that it's taken 3 long years, but finally the Honourable Neil Thompson is reading a document worth reading, being WA Labor's platform. Very proud to see that the Honourable Neil Thompson is finally understanding what it takes to run government. And also, I did quickly try to search for a policy document from the Liberal Party, but I couldn't find it on Google. I couldn't find anything on there. There was something federally, but I couldn't see anything from the state side. So I'm glad that you can find ours quite easily. I'm glad that the public can find the platform for WA Labor very easily, but it is quite difficult to find. Well, I could find the Zach Kirkup policies from last election. I did find them, and I did find them quite amusing, actually. Quite amusing, particularly his plan for Collie. I thought that was fantastic. I'm sure the Honourable Steve Thomas thought that it was fantastic as well. I also just want to recognise as well, I found it a little bit strange that the Honourable Peter Collier, the Leader of the Opposition in this place, talked about the Liberal National Alliance. It is absolutely being carried today by the Liberal Party, because I haven't heard from the National Party today on this motion. So it was quite interesting to see that they're stringently united, the Liberal and National Party, probably not on this motion though, by the looks of it. So obviously the Nationals don't agree with this motion because they haven't got up and spoke on it. So maybe there's a bigger rift within the Liberal and National Party than what we see in the public eye. But I do want to talk about some good things that have happened out in Kalgoorlie, and some things that I'm proud that this government has delivered out in Kalgoorlie. And I'm going to say again, as I've said in this place, once again, I'm not going to be the negative Nelly that comes from the other side, the negative person that comes out into the regions every now and then, chasing a negative story and then runs away somewhere else. I'm talking about the Honourable Neil Thompson. I know everyone in the chamber was already aware of that, but I just wanted to clarify. So we spoke about, I heard domestic violence mentioned, and the cancer on society is perpetrators of domestic violence. Absolutely, 100%. And I am proud of the DV hub that's been opened up in Kalgoorlie and has been operational. We have Mara Purney, which is a healing place up at the end of McDonald Street. It's fantastic. And the people of Kalgoorlie are very, very happy with that. And it's been something that was promised and delivered by the government, and is working towards getting rid of the scourge of domestic violence in society. It's something that is absolutely a scourge and needs to be addressed. And that's something this government has done out there. Another part to it is the Women's Refuge. And the Women's Refuge has done a fantastic job as well. Another organisation that's been supported by this government. A positive thing in the goldfields that the Honourable Neil Thompson once again doesn't talk about, because he's chasing around negative stories to try and increase. I don't know. It's not just the goldfields. It's negative stories in Western Australia, full stop, by the Honourable Neil Thompson. And you know, when we come in 2017, I really did notice something that I found interesting, that I think the previous government, in my view, must have just forgotten about. But PCYCs were in an abysmal state when we came into government. I went up to Carnarvon and had a look at the PCYC when we got into government. It was disgraceful. I cannot believe that it was still open. It was dangerous. It was a risk. And you stand in this chamber, Honourable Member, and you talk about youth, and you talk about how we should be looking after our youth. PCYC does a fantastic job in this state with the youth on the street, and bringing them in and looking after them and building them up. Absolutely fantastic. Now, what did we do in Carnarvon? We reopened a new PCYC and made sure that the kids had somewhere to go. But you don't hear the Honourable Neil Thompson coming into the chamber talking about that. The PCYC system does a fantastic job across Western Australia, regional WA in particular, where they take on a lot with the youth on the streets, and they do a fantastic job. It's not just, as you would remember back in the day, for boxing and stuff like that. It's also There's food programs, there's discos, there's educational programs within it. There's a lot of things that happen within the PCYC, and I'm very proud to say that they're in a better position today than what they were under the last government. That's what I believe, and I think it was quite clear when I came in. And I think you can also say, it was mentioned by the Honourable Steve Dawson around Regional Shield, and I know for a fact that has done a fantastic job out in Kalgoorlie, where there was a period where it seemed to be an increase in crime, and Regional Shield reacted and went out there. And what happened? There was a drop. But instead of acknowledging that, it was continually beaten up in the paper by the Honourable Neil Thompson, just beating it up, trying to stir it up. Even though it had gone down, you continued to beat it up, because that's all you have in the tank. That's all you have in the tank, is just scare tactics. That's all it is. No policies, no vision, no positivity. And quite frankly, I'm just sick and tired of hearing it on every time you get to your feet. How about you start praising Western Australia? How about you start looking at positivities? I mean, it would be refreshing. It would be refreshing, would it not? But look, I am proud of some of the things that this government has done, particularly, as I said, the PCYCs is something that I have really seen turn around under this government. And it would be great to see the other side of the alliance contribute to this motion.
Thank you, honourable member. I'm required to interrupt your contribution to allow the mover of the motion his 5 minutes of reply. Thank you.